Hi everyone, today I'll be talking about a 2022 film called Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. Enjoy the recap. The main character is Nancy Stokes, a 60-year-old woman. After 30 years of marriage, she realizes she has never truly experienced physical pleasure. For the first time in her life, she decides to take a bold step, to meet a young man named Leo Grande, who offers professional companionship for money. Nancy is overwhelmed with anxiety. She hopes Leo can help her feel something she never had in the past. But Leo suggests they talk first to help her relax. During their conversation, it becomes clear. Throughout her entire life, Nancy has never experienced what most people consider an essential part of intimacy, not even when she was alone. Her husband passed away a few years ago, but even before that, 30 years of marriage brought her neither emotional nor physical satisfaction. If this meeting with Leo happens, he'll only be the second man in her life. But it's hard for Nancy to let go. To distract herself, she bombards Leo with questions. When she learns that Leo's oldest client was 82, she relaxes just a bit. Gradually, she begins to open up. She shares memories of her marriage, how for 30 years, intimacy with her husband never changed. The same position, no experiments, not a single step outside the routine. Nancy admits she had always dreamed of trying oral pleasure, but her husband found it shameful and even degrading, so he never agreed to it. Nancy also recalls a moment from her youth when she went on vacation to Greece with her parents. There, she met a young waiter, probably around 20. Although she was much younger, he couldn't take his eyes off her, like he saw something special in her. One night after her parents had gone to sleep, Nancy went out into the garden and ran into him again. Without saying a word, he came closer, kissed her on the neck, and slid his hand inside, gently caressing her. She liked it, but just then the sound of a car engine startled him, and he disappeared. The next morning, Nancy and her family left, leaving that moment behind. Telling this story stirs something deep inside Nancy. Leo gently helps her feel more confident, and they finally become intimate. However, Nancy still does not reach the kind of experience she had been hoping for. So sometime later, she contacts Leo again. As a former teacher, she even creates a list of everything she wants to try. Now she has a plan. She is not sure if she can afford another session, so she wants to make the most of this one. To set the mood, Leo plays music and helps her relax and take the first step. But Nancy still feels shy, especially about her appearance. She believes Leo looks like someone from a magazine cover, while her own body is not worthy of attention. So Leo gently suggests she look in the mirror, not with criticism, but with acceptance. During their conversation, Nancy asks Leo a difficult question. Has his work ever caused him problems? Leo replies that everything he does is legal, and that his goal is to make his clients feel safe, respected, and confident. However, when Leo mentions that he usually recommends multiple sessions, Nancy takes it the wrong way. She thinks he is just trying to squeeze more money out of her. She feels insecure, her budget is tight, and too much of their time is spent talking rather than doing. So she asks Leo to move on to the first item on her list. Yet even as she tries to be brave, Nancy still cannot bring herself to go through with it. She is afraid she will do something wrong and disappoint Leo. Seeing this, Leo tries to comfort her. He tells her about some of his other clients and says what he enjoys most is seeing their faces when they feel confident and happy. This conversation helps Nancy find the courage to finally begin checking off her list. During their third meeting, they switch roles. Nancy takes the lead. It is a new experience for her, and to her surprise, she enjoys being the one in control. Still, she does not quite reach the satisfaction she is searching for. Then, unexpectedly, she confesses that she did a bit of research and found out Leo's real name. This deeply upsets him. He sees it as a betrayal of trust. Leo gets dressed and tells her he no longer wants to continue. For him, this will be their final meeting. Some time passes. Nancy decides to try one more time and invites Leo to meet at a cafe. While waiting, she runs into a former student, now working as a waitress. When Leo arrives, Nancy quickly makes up a story, saying they are meeting to discuss selling a car. Once alone, she admits she was not sure he would show up, and Leo says he also had doubts. But Nancy tells him that meeting him gave her a new sense of strength, as if a new chapter in her life had begun. She even recommended him to her friends, bringing him new clients. For the first time, she tells him her real name. Just then, the waitress returns and recalls how Nancy once taught religious studies. One day, she called all the girls in class women of questionable behavior, simply because of the way they were dressed. When Becky walks away to get the check, Leo opens up. He recently told his brother about his job, and his brother was not surprised. He had suspected it for a long time. However, Leo has never been able to reconnect with his mother, who abandoned him as a teenager. He shares a painful memory. Once, when his mother went away for the weekend, he threw a party at home. But she came back unexpectedly and found everyone half naked. From that moment, their relationship fell apart. Leo had to leave home. Even years later, when she passed him on the street, she ignored him completely. When the waitress comes back, Nancy sincerely apologizes for the harsh words she once said in class. Then, calmly and confidently, she tells Becky that Leo is an escort and that she's been seeing him professionally. After that, Nancy and Leo go up to a hotel room to complete the final items on her list. But once again, she does not reach the goal she had been chasing. When Leo steps away to get some water, Nancy looks at herself in the mirror. For the first time, she allows herself to be truly free and confident. She gently touches her own body and finally feels the pleasure she had been searching for all along. Leo notices and realizes that what he does truly makes a difference. As they say goodbye, Nancy tells him this will be their last session. She wishes him luck and stays in the room alone. In the final scene, she stands before the mirror looking at her reflection, no longer ashamed and no longer uncertain. The film comes to an end. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on the channel.